Good afternoon, good evening, and good night, and welcome to Throwbacks, where we talk all things cool and retro. Today we're going to be looking at some new Masterverse action figures from Masters of the Universe. Now, some of these aren't new, but they're just new to me. These are what I recently picked up. The new ones obviously being Blade and She-Ra, so we're going to look very closely at those two. But we've also got Grizzlor, Leech, and what's this guy's name? King Keldor. Not just Keldor, but King Keldor. Alright, so let's take a look. Alright, so you guys know I have a soft spot in my heart for She-Ra, because She-Ra was cool. I used to really like the cartoon. She comes in a very nice package. New Etheria. Not New Eternia, but New Etheria. Oh boy, so now we're going to get new versions of all of the She-Ra characters that we already have bought in 3 different scales now. Great. Okay. And we still don't have this guy. Or the unicorn. That would be a cool little beast pack. But, man, she looks great. Doesn't she? Wow, wow, wow. All right. That's enough. That's enough. Let's get her out of here. Gosh darn it. So much tape. Alright, and she comes with a open. So put your finger in the hole there. And She-Ra's hole, so to speak. And what's in there, you ask? Don't know. It's a nice red container. This is Master of the Universe, huh? It's very nice. You know, it's like maybe, you know, you were eating He-Man cereal back in the day, and you got one of the little Castle Grayskull, you know, glow-in-the-dark rings or something would come in this. Anyway, they didn't. You would think. Oh, what is this? It's her shield. Very nice. I believe this is largely based on the action figure of She-Ra. There she gets some fists. And nothing else in there, okay. You gotta be careful with some of these little packing accessories, you know, you don't want to lose anything. There she is, very nice. I like that blue, it's very sharp. Tells you what she comes with, nothing and nothing and back. Okay, and here's She-Ra, here's our gal. And it's kind of funny, the shield and sword, I mean, it looks like it would even work for her vintage figure. They're so, like, kind of small, but there she is. Let me get her out of here. I'm sorry, that was loud. And, okay, my first impression is she has got some muscly legs, boy. I tell you what. She-Ra does not skip leg day. Riding that unicorn / Pegasus guy is a lot of work on the legs, but wow. All right. So my friend Rebecca, who cosplays She-Ra, her and her husband have a Instagram, Simple Tricks and Nonsense. If you want to look them up, she does probably the best She-Ra cosplay ever. And I just looking at this figure, I feel like that's her. They just made a figure of her. So, but that's cool. She looks good. She's got like a kind of a weird white kind of I don't know. Yeah, her outfit is very unique. Her headdress does not come off, which I didn't really expect it to. It's kind of like giving me, you know, giving some girl Thor vibes there. But all right, let's put her down. And let's give her her shield. And yeah, kind of like girl Thor meets Wonder Woman. And I can't quite do it. I can't quite get her shield on her arm, but she can hold her, and I'm sure you can. It's just a matter of me messing with it, but I'm not going to. Just want to see She-Ra. And there she is. And next we have Blade, who is a character from the 1986 Masters of the Universe movie, which it doesn't say any of that on there. I still can't figure out if they just don't have the rights to talk about it, or I don't know. They clearly make figures from it. I don't get it, but that's fine. We got a Blade, that's all I wanted. I'm throwing away the packaging anyway. But let's get him out of there. And there he is, and he looks like his mid-80s scary self there. Just some dude with some, in a crazy suit that knew his way around a sword. But I'm kind of glad they made up a character like Blade. You know, Skeletor always had these like one-off crazy monsters, you know, this man, that man. Like, he just didn't have any like regular dudes, you know. Like, you know, just need like some kind of gangsta. You know what I'm saying? Gangsta. Anyway, let's see what he comes in his bag. Crap! What did I do with it? He came with a big. Did I throw it over there? Hold on. Yep, sure enough, I was about to throw this away. Good Lord. Alright. And of course, another sword. And oh, he comes with a really cool, like a laser whip. Man, that's nice. It's weird, but MOTU could figure out how to do this, but Hasbro couldn't figure out how to do this for that one Acolyte character. But I digress. Yeah, that's pretty neat. Let's see if you can hold it. That is hand. Crap. There we go. Alright, he's got it. And his swords just kind of go in these little things here, which I guess that's okay. Kind of like what the vintage figure did. And I'm going to go relatively quick through these guys because I think you've probably seen them all already. Although one thing I want to point out is on the side of Grizzlor's box, you do see Adora on there, which I just really want an Adora figure. They never made one, and, you know, they really seem to go out of their way to try to stretch out the female characters, so give us an Adora, Mattel. Come on, let's go. Alright, sorry, I meant Leech's box, not Grizzlor's, but yeah, he looks cool. Looks very much like he did in the animation. Doesn't have that big sucker for a mouth, which is fine either way. I don't think his hands could do the sucker gimmick, but they do look good for what he is. And real quick, let's see what he does come with his Horde, whatever this crossbow that they all came with back in the day. It looks cool. I don't think it does anything, but it looks cool. Probably sits on his hand. What did he come with? I gotta check this out. What did he come with? Oh. Another whip. What is it with bad guys and whips? I tell you. Kind of good girl have a whip. Yeah, it looks like that. Probably just sits on his. Yeah, it's like a rat tail. Ugh. All right. And here is Keldor, which he is kind of boring, to be honest. I kind of like the version better where you could just put his head on, like Skeletor's head. But again, we get another backstory of Keldor, which to me was far less cooler than the backstory in the 2002 show. But just my opinion. He looks alright. He's got a nice cape. Kind of boring other than that. He just comes with some extra fists, an extra head, crap, with a crown on, because, you know, King Keldor. So there. And here is Grizzlor out of the box, and he looks okay. He looks like you would think he would. He is kind of closer to his cartoon appearance, I believe, than his action figure, which is fine, because the action figure was way too fuzzy. He looked like a big fur coat. And he just came with some extra hands and a cool crossbow, and that's Grizzlor. And let's see, here they all are. Oops, is it Blade? There's Blade. And yeah, they're okay. Obviously, the weakest link here is Keldor, and it's just funny as mess when his crown comes off, which kind of defeats the purpose of an extra head sculpt, honestly. But whatever. Grizzlor is okay. You know, he was just never much of a cool character. Leech was a gimmicky character with no gimmick, so take that for what you will. Blade's pretty awesome. You know, the movie and whatnot. It's cool to hate the movie, I get it, but, you know, he was, the guy that played him, I forget his name, was actually the guy that was like the stunt master, you know, that taught everybody how to sword fight and all that, and he just ended up just being the guy just to make it easy. And you know, we have action figure She-Ra, which is pretty awesome. So let's do some comparisons on She-Ra and Blade, then we'll get out of here. So here is She-Ra with her vintage action figure, and forgive her appearance, I couldn't find her hat, and I could sell it somewhere, I don't know. And the brand new cartoon collection She-Ra, which is probably pretty close to this. So there she is. And then last but not least, we have Blade, which, you know, he looks like he did in the movie, and that's really all he's been in, to my knowledge. And the vintage action figure is, well, gets an A for effort. And it's weird that the swords are different. Did his sword look like this, or did it look like that? I feel like this is accurate, but it doesn't matter. There's Blade. So what do you think? And that's all the MOTU goodies I have today. Grizzlor, Keldor, Blade, She-Ra, and Leech. So what do you think? Did you get any of these? Did you like these? Are you still looking for Blade or She-Ra? Maybe even Leech? Let me know in the comments. And if you've made it this far, give us a like, subscribe to the channel, give us a comment, give us a share, and mostly, thank you so much for hanging out. On behalf of me and Bad Brad, we are going to throw one back. And until next time, we'll see ya.